So yeah, we're just going to call and get our clearance before we start here. And then it should be exactly as what we filed. Let's give them a call. Nantucket clearance, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, IFR to Papa Tango Kilo.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, Nantucket clearance delivery with the full route clearance, advise ready.
Ready to copy, 4 Charlie Charlie.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie is cleared to the Papa Tango Kilo Airport via radar vectors to Martha's Vineyard, Mike Victor Yankee, Providence, Papa Victor Delta, join Victor 146 to Albany, Alpha Lima Bravo, join Tango 608 to Havoc, Hotel Alpha Victor Oscar Kilo, direct. Maintain 2,000, expect 8,000 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.1, squawk 3533.
All right, November 524 Charlie Charlie is cleared to Papa Tango Kilo. Radar vectors, then Martha's Vineyard, Providence, Victor 146, Albany, Tango 608, Havoc, and then direct, 2,000, expect 8,000 after 10. 126.1 for the frequency and 3533 for the squawk, 524 Charlie Charlie.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, read back correct.
Okay, that was a lot. And it was completely different than what we had filed, what we tried to do, right? Remember, we put in this whole route, Martha, you know, hoping that they wouldn't do this, and it was a fail. So let's just get this straight up. That's why we're going to do it before we start. So Martha's Vineyard was correct. Let's get rid of this. Let's just clear the whole thing out. Man, that's such a bummer. So MVY, VY, and then PVD, Victor 146, Victor 146, might go red for a minute, no, that's good. And then Albany, ALB, and then Tango 608, Tango 608, and then Havoc, HAVOC, okay. And then let's put Pontiac at the end of it. Make sure that it all looks and makes sense on the map, right? Go up here. So now if we look at it, so we're gonna go to our flight plan on here, flight plan options, and we're just gonna delete the flight plan we had and go back, and now we can say, all right, flight plan here, send to panel. Now it's, hold on.
What did you mean by Victor Airways?
Victor Airways are like highways in the sky that you use for IFR. They're these lines.
Attention all aircraft data, X-ray, current wind 360 at 6, altimeter 3008, visual approach runway 6 news.
Okay, so they just switched runways. We just heard.
Attention all aircraft data, X-ray, current wind 360 at 6, altimeter 3008, visual approach runway 6 news.
So they just switched runways. We just had Whiskey. It was using runway 24, but the winds have switched, so now we're going to launch off at runway 6. So let's get our squawk in here, 3533. And put the Boston departure in here. 126.1. So we've got all of our frequencies set. We got Unicom, ground, tower, and Boston departure. Let's activate this flight plan. Let's look at it on our screen here. And again, just make sure that it makes sense. So now you see our routing. It's more or less the same. It's just completely different fixes than what we had put in. And that's what I was contacted the opposing bases guy to see, and they did their best, but we were going from here to here up to here, and just depending on their flows, that's what when we talked to him and he says I've got a full route clearance, advise ready to copy. That's when I knew, like, well, what I put in the flight plan and what was acknowledged by ForeFlight, because it never updated. Well, actually, we can go check. Let's check FlightAware and just see if they updated that, just out of curiosity. So here, more details. Okay, so they did update it. So you know what I didn't do? What I should have done is before we even contacted him, I should have looked at that. ForeFlight didn't get the update. Like if I go to my flight plan here, you can see. Oh no, it did. Yeah. It did. Look, it just changed expected. I just didn't check it. So that's really my mistake. I just when I checked before we left and it was still what I had filed, but I didn't check that. So it would have made it a little easier. I could have hit use and just I wouldn't have to type all that in. So a little bit of my mistake there. Runway 6 now. I didn't check soon enough. Because we were only 10 minutes away. I checked before we left for the airport, and it was still the same. So I just assumed it was fine. Lesson learned. Always learning something, aren't I? So, but good thing the technology helps where it's not, it's not that big of a deal. All right, let's get our strobes on. You can shut your door if you wish.
It's like clear.
Yeah, I just looked around. There's nobody around.
I kid.
You just want those YouTube commenters to roast me, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, it's good. We don't get this kind of stuff doesn't happen in our neck of the woods. We don't, because we're kind of we don't have busy airspace around us. Here we do. So that's all good. That was good. We checked the mags. That was a great mag check. Everything looks good and in the green. CHTs are just about there. And no CAS messages, meaning there's no warnings or anything like that. So now we're just going to ask and make sure that we don't need, Unicom doesn't need us to talk to him first, because this is a little bit different operation here. We're going to runway 6, so we're going to expect, he'll probably taxi us to Charlie, and then Echo, or he could do taxi down the ramp to Juliet and then to Echo. Echo's going to take us to runway 6, so I'm not sure which one he'll take us on, but we'll just get our scratch pad up and be ready for it. Let's talk to Unicom first. And we're in zone 1, right? Yeah, zone 1. Nantucket Unicom, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie. We're in zone 1. Do we need to coordinate with you before we call ground?
No, sir. You can contact ground 132.5. Have a good flight.
32.5. Thanks for the help. 4 Charlie Charlie. All right, we've got X-ray. We're going to runway 6. We're in the zone 1, I guess I'll tell them. I don't know what the procedures are here, but we'll just tell them that. Nantucket ground, Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie. We're in the zone 1 parking area. We've got X-ray ready to taxi.
Cirrus 524 Charlie Charlie, Nantucket ground, runway 6, taxi via Juliet Echo.
Runway 6 via Juliet and Echo 524 Charlie Charlie. Okay, so kind of what we expected. So we're going to taxi down a little bit and go over to Juliet and then Echo to runway 6. Make sure nobody's around here. And so what I do then is I switch over to tower, but I still monitor ground.
When do you do that?
I do it right now. So I'm monitoring tower. I'm sorry, I'm still monitoring ground, but I'm already switched over to tower. So the black square means we're on Juliet, and Echo is the next one up. See that?
Yeah.
And this has such a great diagram on it too. Most planes don't, small planes don't have that. It's a real huge help. Look at all the parking they have, all the zones. Can you imagine how busy it gets here in the summer?
No. No thanks.
No thanks. I would never come here in the summer. Not for the flying, just like I wouldn't want to deal with the crowds in general.
No, this was
Perfect. I don't know when I'll put this recording out, but we came the last few days. It's September 30th today, and it was absolutely perfect. Very low crowds. Most things were still open,
yeah.
and yeah, it was great.
Have to wait an hour for ice cream.
Oh yeah, there was no lines for anything.
Could eat where we wanted without managing
Yep,
reservations.
no
Well,
reservations.
who knows? We could have
Yeah.
been charged last night. $50 cancellation fee.
We decided not to go to a place, so we'll see if they charged it. All right, so now we're holding short of 6, and we got tower queued up. Tower Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie, holding short runway 6.
Cirrus 524, Charlie, Charlie, Nantucket Tower, fly runway heading runway 6, clear for takeoff, traffic to Cherokee, 3 mile left base.
Number 6, clear for takeoff, runway heading 524, Charlie, Charlie.
We're 36 Tango 1 Cirrus departure for arrival, runway 6, clear to land.
Watching for that arrival there, and clear to land, runway 6, 36 Tango.
Really cool. See how they vector me out of here. So we are only allowed to climb to 2,000, and we're on runway heading.
600.
Caps is available.
Cirrus 4, Charlie, Charlie, turn left heading 010, contact departure, good day.
010 and over departure, 524 Charlie, Charlie, skip.
So 010, we're still only going to 2,000 and over to departure.
15 degrees to the right, and 2000, please.
I like to wait till I'm on the heading and then contact them.
Boston departure, Cirrus 524 Charlie, Charlie, 1500, climbing 2000, 010 on the heading. Cirrus 524 Charlie, Charlie, Boston departure, radar contact. Good morning, climb and maintain 8000, turn left direct Martha's Vineyard. Climb and maintain 8000, left direct Martha's Vineyard, 524 Charlie, Charlie, morning.
So it gave me a climb all the way up to 8,000, and now we can go direct to Martha's Vineyard. So I get the turn going, right? Because we're still in heading mode. And then as I'm doing that, I go direct Martha's Vineyard, so it repaints my line, and then I go to nav mode. Cool little town where every house looks the same. All right, let's do our climb checklist here. Climb power set. Flaps are up and verified.
11 o'clock at about 12 miles.
Engine all looks good in the green. Fuel pumps on boost.
1338, cleared visual approach, runway 6. Contact Vineyard Tower. We'll see you later.
See ya.
See you. See you, Nantucket. Our next trip will be into Teterboro, into New York. That'll be a fun one. But the same thing will be on the lookout there is when we file out of there, really not into there, but out of there, the same routing. We'll remember to check before we call departure or clearance. We'll remember to check so I don't have to do a bunch of scratching, because had I double checked right before I called them, I would have saw the updated routing, and I could have just verified instead of writing it all down. But old school way to do it. All right, well, we're going to be in this plane for the next 3 hours, and maybe we'll turn the cameras on for the landing.
There's 351 Bravo Romeo, Boston approach. Good morning, your radar contact.